Good evening, friends. Today we are going to read a very short story. However, it is very, very powerful. As a matter of fact, there are only few verses are dedicated this story, and you can find in only one verse in book of Judges chapter 3:31. Let me read. After Ehud came Shamgar, son of Anath, who struck down 600 Philistines with an ox goad. He too saved Israel. And there is one more verse in Judges 6:6. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were abundant. Travelers took to winding paths. Villagers in Israel would not fight. They held back until I, Deborah, arose until I arose, a mother in Israel. So this guy, Shamgar, has only two verses dedicated to him. But the important part is his name is listed in Bible, and his name is listed in the Judges. You know when Moses brought the Israelites out of bondage, and Joshua helped them to cross the Jordan River and get the promised land. And after Joshua died, and the first king Saul appears on the horizon, there were nearly about 325 to 350 years were a time of judges. They were not the kings, but they were ruling over people. They were making decisions. They were not the kings, but they were judges. And for these 325 years, there were 15 judges. And if you read the book of Judges, every judge has a time limit, has been is listed there that so and so judge ruled over Israel for so many years, and then the judge died, and then people went back and sinned again, and then when they sinned, they were handed over to the enemies, and then God raised again another judge, and he will bring back the deliverance. So this was a cycle. People commit sin, they go in bondage, they cry to Lord, and God raised another judge to deliver them. So Shamgar was a third judge. Now, to understand this situation in Shamgar's time, there's not much written about Shamgar, who Shamgar is, what he did, but there is one thing, is that during the time of Shamgar, it was so desperate situations that even the highways were abundant. People could not travel from one place to another place. It was a very, very, very bad situation. And it says that Shamgar killed 600 Palestinians. It is interesting what he used. He used the ox goad. Now, why he used the ox goad? There would be one answer to that question. We can find in 1 Samuel chapter 13, verse 19. It says that if you read that whole verse, let me read. Not a blacksmith could be found in the whole land of Israel, because the Philistines had said, otherwise the Hebrews will make swords or spears. So all Israel went down to Philistines to have their plow points, mattocks, axes, and sickles sharpened. The price was 2/3 of a shekel for sharpening plow points and mattocks, and 1/3 of a shekel for sharpening forks and axes, and for repointing goads. So Philistines were a very, very strategic. They had a very strategic army. So they used to. There was no they did not left any blacksmith in Israel. So there was nobody to make weapons. There was no weapon. So when Shamgar had no weapon, there was no weapon in entire Israel. So what he used? He used the ox goad. Now, what is an ox goad? You might not be familiar. It is somewhere around 6 to 8 feet long stick, just the bamboo or stick, 6 to 8 feet. And at the end of the stick, there is a pointy or a kind of a nail, kind of pointy iron tip. And with that tip, when you use the plow, the ox, the farmer would direct the oxes to go one way or another way. They were directing the ox. That is an oxgoad. The beautiful thing is, who is Shamgar? The name Shamgar means stranger. And Bible only tells that who Shamgar is. He is a son of Anath. So only two identity. His name is Shamgar and he is a son of Anath. Shamgar's name is, like I said, stranger, and Anath, son of Anath. Anath was a war goddess, a very, very violent war goddess. So it looks like that his father was a worshipper of war goddess Anath. His father's name was named after the war goddess. So now Shamgar is not Jew. He is not Israelite. But still, he is listed as in the judges. He was one of the judge out of total 15 judges. Very important part he played in the history of Israel. Now think about it. He's not a Jew. Why God used him? Because he was living with the Israelite people. He might have known the God of Israel. He might have committed his life to Israel, God of Israel. Our God has an open invitation to everyone. Now, when Shamgar might have come to God, he has no weapons. He has no strength. And he used that stick and he killed 600 mighty warriors of Philistines. 600! I have no idea how his stick did not break. What kind of wood was used in the stick? What kind of strength he has in his hand? Just think about this. This is a very lame example, but think about that. If you have to cut 600 potatoes, your hand will be tired, I bet. This Shamgar guy, not an Israelite, killed 600 warriors with one stick, with one ox goad. Friends, my and your God is a powerful God. He's a mighty God. When you lay everything in His hands, when you trust in His strength, when you trust in His ability, He can do great things. Doesn't matter. Think about the day. Shamgar would have woke up in the morning and he would have taken his oxes, went to field, is doing daily business, and Philistines might have come to attack. 600. He would have opened his eyes and looked at that. It's just like so many people are approaching. He took his ox goad. He prayed to the Lord, and a mighty power came down on him, killed 600 people. Do you think that you have no weapon to fight against God, against your enemy? There is a sickness and there is no cure, no proper medicine. It's a terminal illness. There is a big trouble and there is no proper solution to it. Are you facing something that nobody can solve it? There are no weapons to fight your enemy because there were no blacksmiths in Israel. You are left with only oxgoad. Friend, when you turn to God, that oxgoad is enough to kill, to defeat your enemy. Your simple prayer is enough to provide a healing from a terminal sickness. Your simple prayer, your simple words are enough to bring down the heaven. Your simple prayer is enough to break the stronghold around your kids. Your simple prayer is enough to change the course of history. Trust God. Your ox guard is enough for a God of Israel to use it and defeat your enemy. You may not have anything, but what you have is a living God with you, Almighty God, who loves you and who cares for you beyond your wildest imagination. God bless you and thank you.